Happy Sunday, everybody. And for anybody who is watching that is celebrating Father's Day today, happy Father's Day. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay, let me know you are catching the replay. Love to know that you are on. That would be awesome. And so today I am using a little teeny tiny deck. So it's not very big. And so this deck is called the Aboriginal Dreaming Totems. And so the author is Mel Brown. And I really love her decks. And so I have several of her decks already, and I ended up getting a few new ones. So this one here is the Aboriginal Dreaming Totem. And I'm not sure who it is that's saying good morning. So if you give StreamYard permission, then I will know who it is. Otherwise, this is all that I see. But good morning to you. So inside a Facebook group, Facebook has to give, or StreamYard, which is the program that I use to go live, always has to give StreamYard permission. So if you actually look inside the description of this video, you'll actually get the link. So I think it's facebook.com/StreamYard, I think is what it is that you need to be doing, but don't quote me on it, but that's what it is that you actually get. So anyway, so this is the deck that I'm going to be using today. It is extremely warm in here. I am baking bread, and so I'm not baking it right now, but I'm rising bread. So the AC is turned off so that we can actually have a nice rising bread. So as you can see, I'm a little bit flushed already. So it will be nice once the bread is cooked, then I can turn the AC back on. But we're a little ways away. So I'm going to start with our first group card this morning. And so our first group card has a jumper. And so for anybody who's new that hasn't been following these, is that I have 3 group cards each week. And so today's group card is our first one. Ooh, nice. Commitment. So commitment is our word. So ask yourself the questions you often ask everyone else. What do you need? Listen to the answer and respond actively and committedly as you do for others in your life. And steadiness was the card that jumped out. So steadiness, things seem to be moving slowly, but use this time to your advantage and gather your resources and build your energy. You're going to need them. So those are our 2 messages that we have this week. So I'm going to start with my list. And so Bailey is the first one on the list this morning. So I'm going to start off with Bailey. So Bailey, what do you need to know this week? So Bailey's message is faith. So that is your message this week, Bailey, faith. So loving and then letting go is not the only one of the most challenging things that we can do. It's also the bravest. Take big, deep breaths and know that know that this is right. So have faith. And sometimes I really think that that's probably one of the hardest things that we have to do. So Ethel is next. I'm going to pull Ethel's card. And I'm going to try and go in to see who is on with me this morning because I can't see you. I don't know who it is. I always know when I can go back into the Facebook, but it's not something that I can see. Marianne. Good morning, Marianne. So one of the things that I am doing is I am back in one of the markets. It's called the Northeast Ontario Northeastern Ontario Virtual Market or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but that is the market that I'm in this week. And one of the things that is happening inside that market is that we have come across 2 seasonal divinity boxes, one from this season and one from last season, that for whatever reason we ended up doing up an extra one. And so everybody who purchases within that, if they're in that group, will actually get, for every $5 that they spend, they get their name, Northeastern Ontario Virtual Market. Thanks, Marianne. And so everybody that is in that market, if they've purchased anything from Bridging the Gap Wellness Center, if they've purchased anything from Divine Crystal Healing Shop, or if they've purchased any services from me, then they will actually get their name into the ballot. And Marianne was one of the first ones to get their name. It is a tongue twister. Yeah, but you have to also remember what it is too. So that doesn't always help. But if it's but for every $5 that you spend with any one of the 3 businesses, then you get your name before taxes. You get your name entered into the draw, and you will actually win. So there'll be 2 draws technically. There'll be one for the one basket, and I don't know, the one seasonal divinity box, and I don't know which one is which. So I don't know if it's this season or last season, and it might even be the season before that. I don't really know. So we just know that we have 2 extra ones that, for whatever reason, we ended up doing them. So I thought, let's just give them away in the market. So that is what I'm doing. So Ethel, you have quite a few cards. You have quite a few messages this morning, Ethel. So you have 4 cards this morning. So your first word is persuasion. And I'll read the descriptions in a second. Your second one is frustration. Your other one is exhaustion. And the last one is amazement. So you worked hard to get everything just the way that it is right now. Trust and enjoy this moment, everything as it should be. And you've got exhaustion. So that was the second one, or technically, I guess that was the third one. Long and challenging as this journey is, it is worth the struggle. The results are long-term and worth every sacrifice you make along the way. So you've got amazement and exhaustion. And then you've got persuasion. So persuasion is, it's all about how you see this situation. If you're looking for negatives, you will find them because there are many. But try to concentrate on the positives. There are plenty of them too. And that's where that persuasion comes in. So if we can actually try and find those things to be grateful for, it makes a huge difference. And then your card was frustration. So your frustration is not a wasted energy. It is a channeled positive. If it is channeled positively to create a better outcome for yourself, embrace frustration and work with it, not against it. So one of the things that when frustration is coming up is that is a motivator. So same as when we feel anger or being perturbed or anything like that, those are opportunities for us to be able to change things into something positive, not staying focused on that negative. And that is something that is definitely challenging for me sometimes, but it's really important for us to be able to use those emotions to our advantage. So those are your messages this morning, Ethel. Miss Lori Blair, I'm sure that you are enjoying the beautiful weather at the cottage today. I've got this funny thing that showed up on my computer. I don't even know what it is. It has like a symbol. It's a brand new symbol that showed up on my computer. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's like a news thing. Weird. Weird. I had to reboot my computer before I started because it had like this funky thing happening. Lots of funky things happening, but it is also Mercury retrograde. So like it's completely understandable. So, Miss Lori Blair, your message is you've got this one too. So faith. So loving and then letting go is not the only one of the most challenging things that we can do. It's also the bravest. Take a big, deep breath. Take big, deep breaths and know that this is right. So that is your message. Whenever I hear that word, or it's like all I keep thinking is, and you gotta have faith, You gotta have faith. I don't even know who the singing person is. And obviously I'm not even singing it in tune, but you know, whatever. Kai is next. So I was pretty busy this morning. I got a batch of bread ready. And this time I'm testing it because it's my grandmother's recipe, but I didn't want to have like 20 loaves of bread. So I cut it down to 1/3. So we'll see how that goes. And then I made some peanut butter cookies, and I made some homemade soup, and that is okay. You can sing your heart out. Yeah, so it's been really busy. Very busy morning. I was up early. My husband had to be up for 7:30 this morning, which is normal for his Sundays. And normally I just say, oh, I'm just staying in bed. I'm not getting up. But this morning I was up at 6:30. So I'm like, well, I'll get up and I'll make some bread. I did my post for the market. I'm still not done. I always say every time that I'm going to join the market that I'm going to have them all ready ahead of time, but that doesn't seem to happen. I'm kind of usually like on the fly trying to get it done. So success is your first message. So you are worthy of this success. Allow these feelings of accomplishments to fill you with contentment and self-satisfaction in your achievement. And daring is your other word. So find your voice and use it. Nice and loud, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. If you don't use it now, nothing will change. So you've got being successful and daring are your 2 words for this week. We always say that and I never get it done. I know, it drives me crazy. But like there's so many things to post, and being in there for 3 businesses makes it even more challenging, because you've got to find the post information, then you have to find the image to go with it, and then you have to make sure that you sync it at certain times, and yeah. And then of course you want to try and fit in lives in there somewhere. So yeah, it's not an easy task to do when you're joining the market. So kudos to all of us people who are in the market offering their services or their wares. And if we're doing more than one, we're just nuts. That's all there is to it. It's just we are completely crazy. So Sharon, your message for this week is bravery. So you've got bravery. And anxiety came up a little bit when I went to say your name, so I'm not sure what's going on. So it is time to reel in your warrior spirit. Not all conflict has to be a fight. The wise warrior will choose their battles carefully, weighing up the risk on the road to achievement. And curiosity. Kudos to me, thanks. So there is so much knowledge surrounding this decision that you need to make. However, there are more options that you have not yet considered. Slow down, and the right opportunity will present itself. So you've got pure curiosity and bravery. And like I said, I'm not sure what it is that's going on, but as I was saying your name, that I was pulling your card, I end up with a little bit of anxiety. So there's something in terms of worry, or something big is going on right now, and you are needing to slow things down. So just keep that in mind when you are going through things this week. Marianne, you're next. With everything reopening, I really want to make sure that people locally are aware of some of the things that we have going on inside the building. So, which is one of the reasons why I have been in the market. I think now it's 3 weeks in a row or 4 weeks in a row, but it's just really important for me to be able to try and get some info out there for people, because there are lots of things that we do and there's lots of opportunities. So for people who have their own businesses, there are opportunities to be able to use the space as well. So I just wanted to make sure that people are aware of some of the things that are going on inside the Wellness Center. I'm so excited that we have people flowing in here now. So Vicki, you are next. after Marianne. So discretion. And then after Vicky, I'm going to pull the group card. So we've got discretion, and then we've got confident. So your first one is friendships are fantastic. There is equality in friendships are fantastic when there is equality in the relationship. Maybe it's time to undertake a quick audit of your friendships to ensure that they are being reciprocated. So discretion. So it is so easy for us to just kind of get bogged down by, well, they've been my friends for years, or like, well, maybe I'm just being over, but being able to have confidence as well. So being confident. So you confuse confidence with ego. There is no shame in confidence. It's about knowing who you are and what you want, and most importantly, having the courage to stand in your own power. So these two things work really, really well. So taking stock of what's going on in your life this week, Marianne, is on your list of things to do, according to Mel Brown. So those are the messages that the universe is giving you. So Vicky is next, and then I'm going to pull our next group card. So Vicky. I better scratch off Marianne's name. So Vicky, wonderful. That's a beautiful message. Wonderful. So sometimes being too cautious is just an excuse for being afraid to take risks and move forward. Don't use this as an excuse to miss out on something amazing. Okay, I really need to work on that. Thank you. You're welcome, Marianne. So our next group card, and we have another jumper. I am so sensitive to chemicals. And yesterday, my mother-in-law had used Javex in the back, and the scent came through to the front, and so I had a coughing fit. And then when I went to the back, I ended up having to open up the windows and the doors because like it was just insane. And then this morning I woke up with a bloody nose, and I'm like, oh, really? Just because she used Javex? But it really is. I am really that sensitive to chemicals, which is the reason why I do not use chemicals. So that is something that is a little bit of a challenge with us living together, because it's a lot of scents and chemicals that she uses. And this is the first time she's used the Javex though, but it's struggling. So our first word is bravery. So it is time to reel in your warrior spirit. Not all conflict has to be a fight. The wise warrior will choose their battles carefully, weighing up on the risk on the road to achievement. So pick my battles with the chemicals. Calm. Breathe. Heal your tired body and allow your spirit to find peace. Without harmony, your healing journey will take much longer. And joy. Lighten up, find that hidden inner child and have a play date. Laugh, be silly, dance, and sing. It's time to have fun again. Bonjour français. And exhaustion. So exhaustion is long and challenging as this journey is. It is worth the struggle. The results are long-term and worth every sacrifice made along the journey. So those are, and we have four for our second group card. But it's all about that slow and steady, taking things slow so far is what kind of coming up for those cards. So Miss Trey, you are next. Daring. So Miss Trey, you've got daring. Find your voice and use it. Nice and loud, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. If you don't use it now, nothing will change. So that is your message. And Sai, I think is how you pronounce it. So Sai. I know that it's not say, so Sai. think is how you said yes, is how I pronounce it. So we'll see. And I'm not sure who's saying good morning inside the group. Good morning, Jen. I'm going back and forth between Facebook and StreamYard because all I see is this. Good morning. I am good, Francine. So, sigh, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, is worthwhile. So your message is life is not about being taught a lesson for getting something wrong. It's about having an experience that adds richness to your life. Do you want a card this morning, Jen? Oh my goodness. You can see my whole body overheating without having air conditioning. I'm not sure what the temperature is like outside right now, but it's pretty warm in here. So Allison, you are next. So self-love is your message. So self-love. Self-love is not egotistical. It shows you and others that you are worthwhile and deserve love in all of its many forms. So that is your message. Good morning, Cindy. So Francine, you are next. And you've got a jumper. So you've got responsibility. You responsible? Are you crazy? So become discriminate about the people you choose to help. There are too many people in your life that you don't, who don't take responsibility for themselves and instead rely on you to sort it out for them. Interesting. Discretion. So Marianne had this card too. So friendships are fantastic when there is equality in the relationship. Maybe it's time to undertake a quick audit of your friendships to ensure that they are reciprocal. So you've got responsibility and discretion is your messages for you this week. So same as with Marianne, take a look at what is going on with the people in your life. So Cindy, you are next. It does make a lot of sense. That's what I was saying. As soon as I saw that one, it's like, yep, that definitely works for yours. And I think I'm putting my, nope. It is perfect timing, Cindy. Responsibility. Responsibility, and then you've got wariness, and you've got reassessment. So the first one is responsibility. Become discriminate about the people who you choose to help. There are too many people in your life who don't take responsibility for themselves and instead rely on you to sort them out for them. Reassessment, time to take another look at the situation. There are many possibilities. However, each possibility will lead you however, each possibility will lead you to the same outcome. You have nothing to lose. And wariness. No one has your best interests at heart. Others have their own agendas. Step up and take control of the situation. It's the very thing that people are not expecting you to do. So apparently you and Marianne and Francine all have the same message of really kind of taking stock of those that are around you today. So Tracy with an I is next. So Cindy, I'm not sure whether or not that makes sense for you. I think I'm gonna have to go outside so that I can cool off. It is so hot in here. I even put a dress on because I was like, I am not wearing clothing today. I'm wearing very little clothing as possible today. So Tracy, with an I, you have forgiveness. Trusting yourself is often harder than trusting others. Don't worry if you get this wrong. The consequences will not be as bad as you think. You're welcome, Cindy. So that is your message. So Jen is next. So I'm going to do Jen, Christine, Melissa, and then I'm going to pull our next group card. We have several group cards today. Caution. So there is no truth behind this farce. Be wary of smoke and mirrors. Look closer, and the illusion will soon melt away, revealing a sanctuary where only truth remains. So you've got a caution card, Cindy or Jen. So there is no truth behind this farce. Be wary of smoke and mirrors. Look closer, and the illusion will soon melt away, revealing a sanctuary where only the truth remains. So I'm not sure what it is that's going on, but you're heeding caution today. So heeding caution is the message for you for this week. And it will be I have to try and see what the date is. The 20th. It will be the very final one. But it will be also a little bit later, I believe, because I have another commitment. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Creativity. So there are ways of dealing with the situation without giving away your power. Think of creative methods in which you can be heard and maintain your dignity. So that is your first message. And boldness is your next message. Don't take this lying down. Get up and fight, but fairly. This fight will be remembered because of the respect and dignity you bring to the battle. So creativity and boldness are your two messages this week, Chris. And Melissa, congratulations on starting a new business. That is so exciting for you. Thanks, Francine. So Melissa, what do you need to know this week? So Melissa, when you are catching the replay, put your business page in the description so that people know where to go and try and take a look and see the things that you are offering. This is pretty exciting. Wonderful. So wonderful. Sometimes being too cautious is just an excuse for being afraid to take risks and move forward. Don't use this as your excuse to miss out on something amazing. And love. So before you can truly love another, you need to open your heart and allow yourself to receive love first. If you open your heart to love, it will flow into your soul. So wonderful and love are your two words for this week. So our next group card, this is our last group card. Our first group card had 2 cards. Our second group card had 4 cards. And our third group card has at least 1 more. Ooh, we've got caution. So we've got caution and we've got resilience. So resilience says, someone is protecting you from the truth because they are worried about your response. It's not their decision to make. You're tougher than they think. And caution. There is no truth behind this farce. Be wary of smoke and mirrors. Look closer at the illusion. Look closer and the illusion will soon melt away, revealing a sanctuary where only truth remains. So those are our group cards for this week. And I'll go back through them again at the end. Richard is next. Richard has responsibilities and self-love. So self-love says, self-love is not egotistical. It shows you and others that you are worthwhile and deserve love in all of its many forms. And responsibility is become discriminate about the people you choose to help. There are too many people in your life who don't take responsibility for themselves and instead rely on you to sort it out for them. So those are, and that's where that self-love comes into play. So I'm not sure who's in your life that is not taking responsibility for themselves, but I'm pretty sure that you've had this type of message before as well. So just, I've got my cards back and forth, so I'm just trying to fix them because it bugs me. I need them all to be facing the same way, and somehow I ended up not doing that. So Aline, tu es la prochaine. Actually, I haven't been saying that for you, Melissa, lately. Because that's usually what I say is, Melissa, tu es la prochaine. And I think that's probably how. Good morning, Lori. So Lori, your card was pulled on the third one. Are you enjoying some time at the cottage on this bright, beautiful blue sky day? So Aline, your message is persuasion. So it's all about how you see the situation. If you're looking for negatives, you will be able to find them because there are many. But try to concentrate on the positives. There are plenty of them too. So really, finding those positives. Just finished brunch. Nice. Confident. So you confuse confidence with ego. There is no shame in being confident. It's about knowing who you are and what you want. And most importantly, having the courage to stand in your own power. So those are your messages. Aline, and so Mary is next. So we have Mary, Sabrina, and then Tracy O'Brien. And if there's somebody else that's on that would like a card and you haven't been pulled, then let me know and I will get you a card as well. So anybody who is catching the replay or that is on right now and your name's not on the standard list, if you hashtag weekly into the post, then I will be able to add your name to the weekly list. Holy Hannah, Mary, you've got cards jumping out all over the place. So we've got frustration. Your frustration is not wasted energy if it is channeled positively to create better outcome for yourself. Embrace frustration and work with it, not against it. Creativity is your next message. There are ways of dealing with the situation without giving away your power. Think of creative methods in which that you can be heard and maintain your dignity. And then you've got sadness. Allow yourself the space to feel miserable, mourn what has been lost or cannot be. If you don't take the time now, your sadness will catch up to you later and when you're least expecting it. So you've got frustration, sadness, and creativity. So like really being able to tap into whatever it is that's going on for you right now, Mary, is tap into that, that energy of putting yourself first. And Sabrina. And I have to check. My husband not only texted, but he also called. And he's traveling, so he's trying to deliver something for me in Kirkland. So I did figure that if he was calling me as well as texting me, then there must be something going on. So sorry, guys. I needed to check. So Sabrina, you've got self-love and you've got creativity. So creativity, there are ways of dealing with the situation without giving away your power. Think of creative methods in which that you can be heard and maintain your dignity. And self-love is not egotistical. It shows you and others that you are worthwhile and you deserve love in all of its many forms. So those are your messages, Sabrina. Tracy O'Brien. You are last but not least. Ooh, nice. Finishing off with boldness. So you've got boldness. So don't take this lying down. Get up and fight, but fairly. This fight will be remembered because of the respect and dignity you bring to this battle. So being bold is your totem this week. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 words today. So we've got resilience, we've got caution, we've got joy, we've got calm, we've got bravery, we've got exhaustion, we've got steadiness, and we've got commitment. And so these are our totems for this week. These are our messages. So we've got lots of things that we need to, things are moving slowly, not moving as fast as we want them to. We need to keep up the pace. And like that's where the steadiness and exhaustion, being brave and being able to stay calm, and remembering that we're resilient. So those are our messages for this week. All of those cards sound like me exactly, right? These are all of our group cards this week. So I am going to take these cards today and I'm going to be sticking them up on my desk so that I can be reminded each day this week of all of these messages that we need to, that we are coming forward with this week. So I will chat with all of you guys later and have a fabulous week and talk to you guys soon. Cheers to the end of the school year at the end of next week. Good luck, Lori. I'm sad for the kids and for the teachers that aren't going to be able to have that closure though, of being able to have like graduations and year-end stuff and all that kind of stuff. So, but at least it will be done, and hopefully September will be a normal September for the school year. Talk to you guys later. Bye for now.